Like many people, Jacob's Pillow Dance Festival leaders were initially hopeful the impact of the new coronavirus on its planned events would be short-lived. But late last month, they realized that was not the case and announced that the Becket-based festival was canceled and its remaining staff would be moved to part-time. Carrie Saldo spoke with Jacob's Pillow executive and artistic director Pamela Tatge for more.
First of all, I think we have to grieve. We've lost something very special, and I think all of us in our lives have been losing things left and right that we do normally. For us, it's this opportunity to bring people together and give a level of joy that people look forward to every year. So we are in a bit of a grieving mode, but we are also recovering. We have a lot of ways that we plan to connect with the pillow community around the world. And, there's a lot of creativity and innovation in that, and that's kind of fueling us. But we're sort of existing at both levels at this time.
The decision to cancel the season, who did you speak with, consult with, as you weighed what you wanted to do?
Well, there were multiple factors that led us to this decision. And what is really interesting is it was made over the course of about 2 weeks. And you know how fast things have been changing in 2 weeks' time in terms of statistics. The first thing we did was look at countries that had the virus first, namely China, and sort of it was clear that it's been about 5 months since the original outbreak, and so 5 months takes us to August. And when we began to put that together, we then thought about the safety of our staff first, and then our artists and our patrons. We're an international festival. Many companies from abroad right now, visa processing has stopped in this country. So would we be able to bring them? Some of the companies actually receive funding from their governments for travel, and those grants were cut off. So finally, I would say it's really looking at the demographic of our audience, which, we do have a concentration of older attendees, in addition to the amazing, numbers of families that come to the outdoor performances, et cetera. When are people going to feel safe gathering again? And with all of that, coupled with our financial model, namely, we really need 10 weeks to make this festival work. We need 33 interns that begin getting trained in early May and prepare for what we do. We have a seasonal staff that arrives in April. Most of our marketing dollars are spent in April and May. So for all of those reasons, the timetable forced us to make this decision when we did.
As you've spoken with your artists, let's start there, and you related this information to them, how have they received it? Because for many, the Pillow is a home away from home, and for others, performing at Jacob's Pillow, which is the longest running continuous dance festival that we have, this is a game-changing opportunity for them to come and perform with you. How have they received the news?
Well, it's been varied. First of all, I personally called all of the 20 companies that were programmed in our main stage. It was very important that they hear from me, that we'd be able to converse about this. For some, it was going to be their Pillow debut, their very first performance, and that kind of validation, vote of confidence is irreplaceable. So there were some tears, and then people just want to know that they're in my thoughts and in our programming thoughts for 2021 and 2022, and they are. That is important, is to keep our support going. The other thing we talked about was our digital platform that we will be enhancing this summer. The wonderful thing is that Jacob's Pillow has always had so many resources online through Jacob's Pillow Dance Interactive, but we are really blowing that out this summer for obvious reasons. And our sort of refined mission, how we're going to distinguish ourselves, is that we are going to focus on the quintessential Jacob's Pillow experience. So it's not only videos of dance performances, historic images. We're going to have our gardener take people on a tour of the flowers at Jacob's Pillow and find ways to really bring that Jacob's Pillow experience to life for people. in terms of the companies, we said to them, we will make every effort to shed light on your work this summer in a digital way so that you can gain the power of the focus and attention of Jacob's Pillow, even if you're not going to have a performance. And it's also really important to know that we've made the decision that if people are allowed to gather in August, we plan to bring people back together again in some sort of a format. Not sure how long that will be. It will be within the bounds of what we can afford, because this has taken a big, financial hit.
Recognizing that everything is shifting and changing, that may or may not happen, but certainly it's something to look forward to as a possibility that people might be able to participate there in August. And one of the other ways that people enjoy the pillow, maybe it's not a performance, it's maybe hiking on the grounds or having a picnic or taking a community class, which I've done so many times, and they're amazing. Have you thought about possibly putting those community classes online?
Yes. In fact, we have a wonderful class that we've done on Friday afternoons for years called Families Dance Together, and we're working on that, putting that up online. We also will open our campus, which is really important. So the minute we are able to go out, the campus will be open, the Welcome Center will be open, there'll be exhibitions in Blake's Barn, our archives will be accessible. So what you said, it's a tourist attraction. It's a place people want to visit when they come to the western Massachusetts. So we will be open for people to visit and partake of. So that's really important.
Another facet of the pillow that people may or may not be aware of is the school there, which again, for students who audition to participate in that opportunity, many of them are pre-professionals who go on to work with some of the world-renowned dance companies in the world. As you've spoken with them about the fact that they won't have that class opportunity this year, how have they received that?
Well, in fact, they will. We are converting a number of our programs to online offerings. The new director of our contemporary ballet program is a choreographer by the name of Annabelle Lopez Ochoa, and she works around the world. And she immediately, when we said, "Is this something you could conceive of?" She said, "I have to teach dancers phrases online all the time because they're all over the world." So, absolutely, we'll because we're international. She said we'll have certain sessions that work across time zones. There'll be one-on-one coaching, they'll be uploading of videos, there'll be master classes. So we know that program will run. The other is we have a new program at the Pillow this summer, which is for street and club dancers. This is co-taught by Ephrata Sherry and Archie Moore. And first of all, the applicants are from all around the world, and they're just incredible dancers. So the faculty that we will have will not only teach the 24 dancers who are in the online school, they'll also have master classes that will be open to the entire world. And that's something that we've never done before at Jacob's Pillow, is actually opened up our school to the world. And so that becomes one of those opportunities of this time that we can really capitalize on.